All right, guys, Brian Macris here, Home Choice Lending. Now I got Dan Childs here, who's part of the Dan and Drew Childs that is based out of Manchester, New Hampshire. So thanks for coming on today. And I always like to learn a little bit about how people got to where they are, what they were doing before they got into real estate. Why would they come into this business that has, zero income right off the bat? It goes to 100% commission. So tell us a little bit about who you are and your life story and how you got to where you are.
All right. My life story, be careful, because that could take more time than we have. My husband Drew and I, we're a domestic team. We're called the Childs Realty Group. We also own and operate eXp Realty Manchester. And how we got here is basically we were both engineers. Drew was a chemical engineer and I was a computer science engineer. We made great money in our 20s, climbed the corporate ladder. And what I had a realization of, this can't be it. I was in my dream job that I was kind of working toward. Got there and then realized,
I don't love the day to day.
Yeah, unfulfilled, great money, but almost bored. Bored was kind of restless. So in our 20s, we bought our first house really young because we're engineers and we were able to do that. So I was 23, we bought our first house. We renovated that house and sold it. We made really good money doing that, and we bought the house we live in right now and renovated that again with the proceeds. We realized we liked it. There was a lot of power in the industry and a lot of opportunities to make money, build wealth. So when I was in that moment of being discontent, I said to Drew, I'm just going to get my real estate license.
So you were the first of the two to take that jump.
Yep, just about 5 years ago. And because I've lived in the area my whole life, almost right away when I passed my test, I got business.
Wow. Which is rare, by the way.
Which is rare. But I had been kind of indifferent in my career and in my CrossFit coaching community that I was a part of. I had built a lot of trust with a lot of people. And a lot of those people were 10 years older than me. I was 30. These people were in their late 30s, upsizing because they were just having growing families. And a lot of them trusted me from being their CrossFit coach. And this whole industry is built on trust and relationships. So I was able to get business right away. Closed 13 sales my first year, which is a pretty big number.
The average agent across the country, I think, is 1.5 or 2 in a year.
0 to 3.
Right? Zero to 3. Okay. There's a lot of zeros in there. So that's incredible considering, A, you had to get licensed, and then obviously you had a good mentor that probably helped you all the way through the process.
I did.
And you probably still have a mentor. I know I have a mentor. I've been in the business for 20 years.
Right.
So you took the jump, and when did you drag Drew into this and said, here's a book, it's boring, start reading?
So I was basically, that was year 2 for me.
Okay.
What happened was I had changed companies. I had a brokerage for 6 months where I got my start. Then I found eXp, went there right away because I just believed in everything the company was doing. And then I had an opportunity to actually return to my corporate job on a contract.
Wow.
So I took that opportunity. It was a really good friend of mine that was hiring for the role. She called me, was like, I'm going to do this. Really good money. And I knew that I could do that and sell real estate. And then what ended up happening was that I needed Drew's help. So Drew was really discontent in his job. And I said, dude, quit your job. We had just bought our first investment property. And so I said, this property needs work. You should focus on that. My dad, who helps us with everything, helped Drew a lot get that property ready, get it rented. While he was doing that, he went to real estate school. So Drew's had his license for 3 years.
Okay.
And then when I was sort of done with my time at my corporate job for the second time, I just went back into real estate. We had a strong foundation at that point, which was a blessing. We have an amazing, wonderful coach, Carrie Briner at eXp. She's in Northwest Idaho, which is crazy, but she's been coaching us every week for 3 years.
No kidding.
And through her coaching and the other mentors we have, it's the reason why our business has the stability that it has.
I love it. So now you guys are a team, and then you opened up an office.
We opened up an office. We believe in the company so much. In trying to bring agents to the company, we kept hearing that they believed in the company, but they were missing the in-person and the office because it's a cloud-based brokerage. So we said, fine. Before somebody else opens a branch in Manchester, let us do it. And we had no idea what we were doing. It's another thing we've never done before.
You learn and you learn through the process. You fail and you fail forward. And I always tell my kids, I tell everybody when I teach classes that success is through failure. Learn from it. So when you're picking out paint colors and you're picking out furniture, you're writing that contract and you're calling your mentor, that all starts to kind of bring it together. And what you guys have done in such a short period of time, I mean, you just said you're licensed for, is it 5 years? Yeah, the amount of transactions that you see, not just with you and Drew, but as an office that flows through your office now, because you got some very savvy, solid agents on that team.
Yeah, we're really fortunate, and all of it has happened by trial and error and a lot of patience.
Yeah, I love it.
And not quitting.
That's awesome. We're going to take a break and then we're going to come back again. And the next thing we're going to talk about, which is really how the company operates and why they're so different than all the other companies, because believe it or not, have a 70-30 split with their agents. And 30% that they take is just a tax, so we're going to touch base on that. If you want to learn about how the compensation works, tune in here for the next episode, because we're going to have Dan on again, and he's going to come back and he's going to chat with us in a few minutes. So looking forward to chatting with you guys again.
Perfect.
Thanks, Dan.